Hi, Drew. I'm just taking a look at your logo, the AI and EPS files. I was actually just messing around with your logo here to see what it would look like with um, just different color combinations. But anyways, I think actually what you've done with the black and white is actually pretty nice. I was thinking of trying to find a way to make it a little bit more bold by filling it in a little bit more. But I really do think it looks good like this as well. So this is, yeah, this text is not outlined. I mean, obviously you go to object or no type, um, cre create outlines, and that would outline the text for you so that you would never have to worry about anybody missing it. So that did hurt your grade a little bit. It does kind of look like maybe you added this in after you were done with everything else. Like you said, you probably don't need it. It doesn't really um, add anything extra really to the logo for the most part. I like it without it. Um, but I did notice if I do a Command A to select all, I do notice you have little anchor points off here to the left. And so when you exported out your JPEGs and your PNGs, you got this extra white space off to the left of your logo, and you can actually see one of the little points there, and that's why, because you actually had stuff off to the side. So doing a Command A to see what all is in your canvas can be helpful because and we can just push delete on the keyboard to get rid of that. But also another thing you can do when you're in your AI file or your EPS file, you can do a file export as, and so when you're making those PNG files or JPEG files, let's say I'll make a JPEG, check this use artboard. It might be just a good policy to just always do this just in case you accidentally left a little anchor point somewhere, and then push export, and just make sure these are on 300 CMYK for print. Now if you're doing this for like an email, like if you're doing an email design, or if you're making a website, doing something for a website, you might take it down to 72 and put it in RGB, but we're mostly doing print, so we're going to do that. And so if I do it that way and go back in here to the file, hopefully I can put it back in here. This is the one I made here today. So if I click on that, you can see now it exported it just with the artboard, and that little anchor point that's out there didn't affect it. Also, and it is still there, so you can see, I think it's right there. So anyway, that's just a quick little tip on that. It's just a small thing, but when you go to make logos, you gotta make sure that everything's really dialed in. So, but otherwise, this looks really good, and keep up the good work.